The vaccine mandate in the nation's second largest school districts comes as kids are being hospitalized with COVID-19 now more than ever, especially in states with low vaccination rates. This is the data from the New York Times tonight. The left-hand side shows the number of children hospitalized in the 10 most vaccinated states. On the right, you can see a sharp spike in hospitalizations within the 10 least vaccinated states. Those numbers hard to comprehend, especially for families of students with disabilities who say their kids are now forced to choose between their health and their education. Some families have joined lawsuits now in nearly half a dozen states challenging bans on mask mandates in schools. Samantha Bovers is part of a lawsuit filed in South Carolina opposed to that state's ban on mask mandates. Her son Porter has autism, which she says puts him at a greater risk for getting sick. Samantha, we appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you for sharing our story.
Tell me about Porter and the challenges that he faces.
Porter is 4 years old and he has autism. He attends a preschool class in our local school district, and he, as a student with a disability, he does have services for things like speech, which he struggles with, occupational therapy, some sensory needs, and especially some social needs. So Porter loves school. He loves to be there, and he is a blessing to that school. But Porter relies on other people to keep him safe, especially adults. And right now, because of COVID, Porter is at higher risk because he is unable to communicate things like if he can't taste, if he can't smell, if his lungs hurt. So every day, we drop him off in a classroom with adults who care for him and love him. But his school district is unable to do one of the few things for children his age to keep him safe, which is enforce masks. So every day as a parent, I face the terrifying decision of, do I sacrifice my son's education and his ability to communicate and form relationships? Or do I worry and possibly sacrifice his health by sending him to school?
Mm-hmm. And what have you decided?
Every day is an agonizing decision. We are literally surviving every day at a time. I'm sure, as you just said, the numbers are rising, and South Carolina is not a great state to be in right now with COVID.
What was remote learning, the experience like for Porter, what he faced at home in that environment?
Porter would go on his iPad, as many other students have, and as I'm sure all parents know, it was not pretty, not fun. But because Porter needs to work on things like social skills with peers and direct communication, trying to do that through an iPad would become not just hard, but I saw my son revert from a child who could talk to someone who would grunt and scream and hit his head and try to hit us. And he lost skills that he has been working in therapy since he was identified at 22 months old. And so when we think about being possibly only choosing virtual because it's not safe for him to go to school, we're not just thinking of, oh, it would be hard to provide school, but we're thinking of, does this mean he won't be able to go to high school with peers? Does this mean he won't learn the skills to get a job, to live on his own? And no parent should have to make that decision, and especially no parent of a child who's guaranteed legal rights as a student with a disability.
Mm-hmm. So I want to make sure that I understand this correctly, Samantha. So Porter is at a greater risk for getting sick from COVID if others aren't wearing a mask because he can't protect himself by telling you, I'm sick, I don't feel well. His symptoms could progress without you knowing that he's sick?
Yeah, and unfortunately, we absolutely work with our medical community. Our pediatrician has actually recommended that Porter not return to school unless there's a mask mandate. And this isn't just based on theoretical numbers. A few years ago when Porter was 2, he got the flu. All kids get the flu. I'm sure your kids have gotten the flu, and it's no fun and it stinks, but they get over it. But Porter got the flu and he couldn't tell us he was sick. He couldn't understand what was happening. His body just interprets those signals differently. So about 2 days later, I was in the pediatric emergency room where they admitted him. And I had to watch 3 grown men hold my baby boy down to put an IV in and then hold it there for hours as he was screaming, as his poor body was in sensory overload for something that was trying to help him. And he had no concept. He wasn't able to help himself. and that's the flu. And every day when he walks into a classroom where other parents have made a choice whether to mask their children, it could literally affect his health and his life. And it's just terrifying.
I understand, and I can hear the fear, Samantha, as a parent. Watching your kids struggle through anything is the most difficult thing that you can experience. I am sure that you run into people who strongly disagree with your stance on this, as we are seeing the debate play out nationwide. How do those conversations go?
Most of those times, those conversations do end up around the idea of masks and the idea of it's your choice and let me make mine. In those situations, it's important to remember that masks aren't just about protecting the individual. When everyone in a classroom, especially those students without a disability, wear a mask, students like Porter and others that are immunocompromised are better protected from COVID, and they can stay in classrooms and they can contribute, and the class is better for them in it. So I do hope that the outcome of this lawsuit is that my son's school district is able to have a mask mandate. And Ms. Hughes, I really just want to say to those families, those individuals, I wish I could look them each eye to eye and speak to them mom to mom and tell them I am literally pleading and begging you to make a choice that could affect the very life of my child. Your choice to put a mask on your own child, something that could cost you so little, could literally save my entire world, because he is my entire world.
Giving a voice to Porter and so many others. Samantha, thank you for your time.
Thank you again.